What's up, y'all, and welcome to this episode of the Microtransaction. I'm your host, Chris. Today I'm joined by the great deliverer himself, Liquid. Liquid, how are you doing this fine
day? This fine day. Dude, I am well. Chris and I have some plans in the works. We did some recording before this episode that we're recording right now, and man, it feels good. We woke up a little earlier. We started recording a little earlier. There's actually daylight out. Usually we record these things at night. Mm-hmm. So the fact that there's daylight feels good. For the first time ever, I tried this Monster Energy zero sugar watermelon flavor. It's really good, actually. You probably would have guessed it's watermelon from the red and green. It's not Christmas. But,
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah. But other than that, man, I'm good. Chris, how are you feeling?
Doing phenomenal, actually. Just honestly, I'm also drinking some energy drink, but there's also some Captain Morgan private. Oh wait, I shouldn't say the name. They're not sponsoring this video. Yeah, never mind. Anyway, Liquid.
Oh, I forgot to wear my glasses. Sorry if it's.
Oh my God, bro.
For those who don't know, I wear glasses.
What a nerd.
Oh, glasses.
Nerd alert.
Oh, my glasses.
This is part of the reason. This is why you have no friends.
Yeah, that's part of the reason. I take them off though because they have the glare. And so it's just not a good viewing experience.
He's just worried about being a nerd.
Yeah, I don't want to be a nerd as well.
Speaking of nerds, I have a question from our audience. One of our patrons.
Oh, can I know who it is?
No.
Damn.
It's Josh. All right. And Josh, as this very...
The COVID connoisseur himself.
Bro, just the man on death's door every day.
We can say COVID, right? I forgot.
Too late. Anyway.
YouTube, fuck you.
Yeah, you wanna? If you could bleep it out. You would keep the cuss word in. You bleep out COVID.
I'm not gonna do it twice, dude.
COVID.
No.
Anyway.
Look at these timestamps. I don't got my glasses on.
Well, anyway.
Usually I have my stopwatch when we're recording on my phone.
Oh man, that's great.
Oh Jesus.
Anyway, the thing is, you're not gonna actually watch our content. It's all right. But
it's okay. It'll be fun.
But he asked a question.
Okay.
And I think it's imperative, and I want to have a serious conversation about it.
Yeah, man, hit me with it.
All right. So the question is, ever since the acquisition, what is PlayStation's #1 studio, and why is it Bungie?
#1 studio. Let's clarify
that
something.
Sony owns.
How are you?
Is now Bungie.
How are we saying it's Bungie?
I'm not saying it. Josh said it.
Josh, you're wrong. First of all, it's not Bungie. Let's get that out the way. All right, it's Insomniac. People would argue Naughty Dog, but right now it's Insomniac. It's still Insomniac. I know they haven't made anything already. It feels like they haven't made anything in a while for some reason. But they made like 3 things in like the past 3 years. It feels like, or 5 years. So it's obviously Insomniac. So let me clarify. I just want to get that out the way first. Okay.
I couldn't disagree more.
Now, besides, it was a 2-part question.
No, that was it.
Like, who's #1? Like, who's the first party studio?
And it's Bungie.
It's not Bungie.
It's 100% Bungie.
How?
Destiny. Halo.
You see, the Halo doesn't belong to PlayStation.
But Halo just shows the lineage and the ability that Bungie does. No other studio in PlayStation's arsenal can do what Bungie has done. Okay.
Bungie brought you Reach as well. Keep
it
right. Just throwing it out there. Okay. And Destiny. All right.
Thankfully, Destiny.
Well, it's a game as a service, right? You kind of
it is the game as a service,
right? When you say game as a service, I don't think that's a good thing in my opinion. All right, I don't.
Well, explain to the kids at home why you think why this is a bad thing.
To keep having to pay to play a game kind of thing, like it's just, I don't know, it's not a good look. And we've gotten into the discussion as far as why I don't like Destiny.
Just give a TLDR for the kids at home.
Okay, I love Destiny. I feel like they kept fucking over the original, the people who kind of like, I would say, started them up. I'm sorry. I think the consumer is who put Bungie where it's at right now, and then they just didn't give a shit about the consumer anymore. They just made it, and then they made a lot of moves that, even though it looked like it was a good thing, like when they were like under Activision, for example, you thought the good things were gonna come out of that. That didn't. Then they ended up moving on their own. and then you thought, oh man, great things are gonna come out of that. I think it still didn't. Like they were still making the same bullshit mistakes. I feel like they were still serving syrup on shit, calling it pancakes. It just didn't work out for me, at least. You know what I'm saying? But hey, whatever. People like it. That's fine. And I think, and this is why I think that games of service, I do believe it is the future. You could think mobile fucking gaming for that.
I think we think Destiny.
No, that's the thing, because you say Bungie, you say Destiny. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Games of service came from mobile. All right, Bungie didn't invent games of service. Let's be clear.
They
all right.
it.
Now, granted, I think that's one of plays. Besides the whole, they have Halo. You know, we now have the guys who created Halo. Blah blah blah. Besides having that under their belt, that little shots fired. I think also like the reason why they got them is specifically for games of service. They said they do want to do more games of service. So yeah, I think that's the main reason why they got Bungie, not because they're number one.
They're number one. They're better than Santa Monica Studios.
Oh,
but they're better than they're just the best.
No,
I think hands down they're the best. Why do you? Okay, let's go with Naughty Dog.
Okay.
Why do you think Naughty Dog is a better studio than Bungie?
I feel like at this point I could like put B-roll of like The Last of Us. Just by itself, and
you can do whatever you want.
And then boom, my case is done. Like I don't have to say anything.
What do you explain yourself? What? Because it's pretty. Is that why?
I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
Want to know why?
Why?
Because the storytelling, it's great, and it's actually in the fucking game. That's why they're better than Destiny. I'll tell you that much. That's one reason. That's why. I'm not even talking about how it looks. I'm not even talking about how it plays. I'm gonna leave all that aside. I'm just talking just the story alone and how they can actually create a story, like and it's actually in the game, and they don't have no bullshit that says, hey, I can't begin to tell you why I can't, or I don't have time to tell you why I don't have time to tell you, some shit like that. Whatever.
That wasn't D1.
Yeah, fuck Destiny. God damn it. But yeah, that's if you want to compare it to Naughty Dog, they don't hold a stick to Naughty Dog.
And I couldn't disagree with him more.
Chris, you're so full of shit, dude.
Anyway,
you're so full of shit, dude.
What do you mean?
If you have okay. They're like, hey, you could only, let's see, I'm gonna give you like an ultimatum kind of thing here, all right?
Gun to the head.
Yeah, gun to the head. They're like, you have to choose Last of Us. Okay, how about this? You have to choose between playing Destiny for the first time or Last of Us for the first time. What are you gonna choose?
Destiny.
You're so full of shit, dude.
Bro, what do you mean?
You're so full of shit.
Hear me out. The replayability of Destiny alone outweighs The Last of Us. You and I have put more hours into Destiny than we have The Last of Us.
Not willingly. I didn't want to.
But you see, and that's a lie because you did it.
I did it for my friends.
You didn't do it for you, and you did it for you. What did you used to run? A Hunter?
No.
What did you run?
Nothing.
You ran nothing?
Nothing.
Bro, you like Joel over here, not running at all?
Yes, I did run Hunter. Actually, okay. God damn it. I have a Hunter class, a Titan, and a Warlock class.
Oh.
All right, but my primary, main.
What was your main? Like
it was Hunter. It was Hunter. They were cool. They were cooler. All right, especially I did like the gold gun. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I just felt like a space cowboy.
Oh man,
it did feel.
It just
cool.
made you feel things, didn't it? Like
it felt good when it was new. Then when I started replaying the missions, the replayability part of it, it was like, the same exact mission. Here you go. What's the difference? You take more damage if you're in the air. This one, fire damage works better, or solar, whatever the hell they call it. And then just the fact of how Bungie sew up its own ass when it comes to naming things. Jesus Christ.
World building?
Fellwinter's Lie.
Oh, that's nice. What are you talking about?
What a thorn? The pistol? The thorn with lingering damage?
Bro, you see, you make fun of these things, Liquid, but name some guns from The Last of Us. Name
shotgun, assault rifle, pistol, revolver.
That is like the hand. You see what I'm saying? You remember these things that Bungie has done because they are so
broke into the game.
What?
They broke the game.
They're so intertwined with the game that these things that you remember, like Thor. I didn't even know what Fellwinter's Wind. I don't even know what the hell.
You want to know why I remember?
Yeah, tell the
because
kids
when I was playing fucking Crucible, unless you had that shotgun, you weren't in shit. So that's how I remember. I'm like, oh, Crucible. And I'm not even talking about Iron Banner, where you're actually light level apparently means something. I'm talking about just standard Crucible. All right. And I'm like, and then, oh my god, dude. Okay. So if I didn't have this shotgun, I think it was Phil Winter's Lie, if I'm not mistaken. And motherfuckers would just like run at you, slide shotgun. And I was like, that was the meta. And I'm like, whoa. Like, I would put shots in a motherfucker and he'd run straight towards me, sliding a shotgun. I'm like, I've never seen a shooter where you get benefited for chasing a kill.
For being aggressive?
For chasing. Like, chasing. I'm sorry. Bungie, Halo, right, taught me that you don't chase for a kill. All right? And then the same Bungie totally flipped that on its fucking head, and then decided like, oh yeah, no, fuck all that shit that you do. No, fuck that. Listen, I'll give you that. It feels good. The shooting in Destiny, it's always felt good. Bungie makes good shooters. That's what they do. I'll give it that. But the replayability, I'm sorry, I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it.
I think we're gonna use Naughty Dog as an example. You could use Santa Monica Studios. We could use Insomniac. When you put up 1-to-1. Studio for studio, and what they've done to gaming, it's not even close. They're not even in the same universe. Bungie makes trends, other studios follow them.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you another thing.
Tell me something.
Why they can't be PlayStation's #1.
They are PlayStation's #1.
They're not. They're, even though PlayStation purchased them, right? Are they really a first-party studio?
They partnered with them.
They partnered with them, but they're still working on independent multi-platform things, right?
Yeah.
That's what they say, at least.
That's what they say.
Okay. Naughty Dog's not doing that. Why? You want to know why? Because it's a PlayStation studio. Insomniac's not doing that because that's a PlayStation studio. I'm sorry, I don't believe Bungie's that. I wouldn't classify it in the same realm. It's in a different realm. It's like a stepchild, redheaded stepchild. Am I allowed to say that?
With you more. You want to know why?
Why?
Because Bungie is in a whole different realm than a Naughty Dog and a Santa Monica and an Insomniac. They have the leverage and the ability because they've done things that none of these studios have ever done.
You're right.
Naughty Dog couldn't do what Bungie does.
They are in another realm beneath the first party studios that already exist. I'm sorry, dude, come on now, let's be serious.
What are you talking about, Liquid?
Dude, there's no Destiny, or not even Destiny, just Bungie alone, bro. Come on, man.
Bungie has made games that have defined gaming. We wouldn't be where we're at in gaming if not for Bungie. That is a undisputable fact.
For one game, that's Halo.
How about this? For only the two games, Halo and Destiny.
I can't count Destiny.
I'm sorry. What other games of service?
Mobile games. Mobile games started it. They didn't start this. Like they didn't.
I'm not talking about who started. Who did it right and who did it on this level?
Mobile devices did it first.
Names.
They did it right. I don't pay attention to mobile gaming, but we know.
So you're saying
but games of service
without having facts.
Games of service. You're telling me games of service did not come from mobile gaming?
I'm not saying it's coming from, but who did it the best?
It had to be mobile gaming.
But
they
who
make
did
more
it the
money.
Best, Liquid? You're not giving me an answer.
How about this? I'll give you King. King did it the best with their Candy Crush.
That's a studio
that Microsoft purchased just now, recently.
Yep. Good job.
All right, games of a service.
How about this?
You think Game of Crush doesn't make as much money, if not more, than fucking Destiny?
They probably do, but
isn't that doing it right though? Isn't that doing it right?
That is doing it right.
All right.
And the mobile space. Now let's talk about the console space.
They just copied what mobile's doing. That's all they did.
Okay.
So I can't give them. I can't give them credit to be an innovator.
They're the only ones, Liquid, who have done it.
No, they're the only ones that have done it successfully. Sure, in the console space.
Yes.
It's not. I don't feel like it's hard.
Coming up on a decade, over a decade.
I don't feel like it's hard.
It is immensely hard.
You just gotta look at what mobile's doing.
Avengers failed. Division, I don't want to say failed, but they're not making more Divisions.
No, it's not.
What's the one where you're like you can fly like Iron Man?
Anthem.
EA try to make. They're from
Anthem. BioWare.
I can't even think of any other ones right now.
You said Avengers, right?
Avengers, yeah. Avengers, Anthem, Division. I'm trying to think of who else has tried, because I know people have tried, but they've come and gone so fast, like farts in the wind, where it's just so obvious that Bungie can do what others can't, and that's why people say they overpay. There's analysts that say they overpaid for Bungie, and I'm like, you're crazy, because Bungie does what other studios just can't do. Even Halo, and it has been documented on this channel how much I love Halo, and Halo is struggling to do what Bungie has done. 343 is struggling for games as service, and that is the most expensive game like ever made, undeniably.
Halo Infinite.
It's like bazillion dollars. It's like bullshit because it's been around for so long. It's been in production for so long. So when you add up the cost, it's the number one most expensive game there's ever been. And I'm like, even they, which have the same DNA as Bungie, are struggling with games as service. Don't get me wrong; they're doing better than most.
Sure,
but
I don't think I disagree
Apex.
with
Apex at the beginning fell dead on its face. People thought Apex was dead, and if it wasn't for the exquisite work of Respawn Entertainment and the fact that EA had nothing else, then it would have just died. Apex would have died.
So did Fortnite do it right?
Fortnite did it. Yeah, Fortnite did do it.
And
right.
they probably did it better than Bungie, right? They make well more money than Bungie. I'd say even Warzone makes more money than Bungie does.
If a battle royale, do you want to count battle royale as a games of service?
Well, I only mention that because you mentioned Apex, so that's why.
Okay. I guess under those guys, and yeah, you could.
Because I wasn't, but once you said Apex, I'm like, okay, I guess the other ones would be.
But
I would.
I was leading it more towards like the difficulty of having a game made like this, because even Fortnite's story is its own rigmarole, because it wasn't even supposed to be what it is. I do agree with you though, as far as what the analysts are saying that they overpay. I don't think they overpaid for Bungie at all. I don't think so at all. Oh yeah, especially because they want to make like 10 games of service games through Bungie,
something like that. So
ridiculous.
No, thing. I don't think they overpaid. I disagree with that part.
And I don't think Naughty Dog, Insomniac.
If anything, I think they underpaid. By the way, I think they underpaid. Even
me too.
But
I want when these shows hit, because we are gonna have a Destiny TV show.
Oh yeah, you could see it with Sony trying to get you.
That's why it happened.
I wanted to get into that as well. Well, I don't know. We can get into that.
We can get into anything.
But I'll tell you. Remind me afterwards. But what were you gonna say? You're gonna finish your.
No. Let's get there.
Okay. Because that's another thing. Like, you know how we mentioned about Xbox and PlayStation, like trying with Game Pass on PlayStation. I'm like, and I know with the Halo, with the Paramount stuff, like who. Maybe Xbox also wants to get some, like, hey, Sony Pictures, you make these movies, you make these shows. We have some IP that we want to make some movies. So maybe that's another reason how they can try to, just form whatever the hell.
That's Bungie's already said that's part of the reason why they signed on with Sony.
Because they want to make a show? Look.
They've always wanted to.
Honestly, I think Destiny would play more as a better show than it would an actual game.
It would play a phenomenal show.
Yeah, because you can actually tell stories.
I don't think that.
Within the media.
And and another thing, getting back to gaming.
Yeah.
For the raids alone, Bungie's raids through Destiny is a defining moment in gaming every single time. And I'm sorry, but by the way, I can't preface enough. I love the Naughty Dog. I love Insomniac. I love Santa Monica. But if I have to put up to snuff compared to Bungie, no. Like, it made me really think about the importance of Bungie and what they've done for the last 2 decades for gaming. Right. And I'm like, there's very few, next to no one, who can say they've done what Bungie's done.
Right. Yeah. No. As far as what they've done, sure. Or they continue. Yeah. That's the actual. That's what you really want to say, because you're right. They are doing it more successfully. I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say better. I don't want to use that. I don't want to give Destiny credit, dude.
Why not?
Because I hate it so much. I just don't understand. I don't understand the phenomenon behind it. Like,
you were part of the phenomenon,
and that's what the phenomenon is. What pushed me away from it. Like, the whole doing the same missions over and over and over again, just with different elements or different types of. That's what annoyed me for. Essentially armor that all almost look the same, with the exception of the exotic stuff. Maybe yes, I'm sure it's not the case anymore, but that's again, these are part of things that pushed me away, and these were the building blocks of where they're at right now. So that's what pushed me away. That's why I didn't like it. And then I play it now, and I feels like now I'm like I missed the boat so much where I'm like, oh, it's too late. I don't even like. I wouldn't want. I'll give the raids were the best part in Destiny. 100%. They were the best part in Destiny. Like,
and I think continue to be.
I used to love to I did love to like get to like raid, like level up to get ready for raids.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, cool. And then I wouldn't even play the game until the raid comes out or until somebody's ready to play with me. Like then I'll play the raid. I'm like, okay, let's try to figure it out.
And I love going on Twitch or like YouTube and seeing like trying to like the race to be world's first. And then Bungie has the wherewithal to send the 6 people championship belts.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
like
that.
there's people that have multiple championship belts because it shows that they're world's first.
That's funny. Lame, but funny.
No, it's not. It's cool as hell because Bungie does what. Honestly, there's just and I could say this like Bungie when you really think about it. It's just like they're just on another level. Like do you think Naughty Dog can do a games of service? We're gonna see because there's this Last of Us Ground Wars that's supposedly in productions.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. As far as games of service, no, I don't think Naughty Dog can do that. Can do games of service. I think they make better games, 100%. I don't think they can do big games of service. I don't think games of service is like. I don't think when you look at games of service, like, oh, this is it. This is gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't say that. Like,
Is that an old school way of looking at things?
100%. I have an old school way of looking at things. The new school way is the mobile gaming, sort of like.
You keep on saying mobile gaming when we're not talking about mobile gaming.
Because they ruined the gaming industry. Go ahead. Yes, mobile gaming ruined the gaming industry. Like so, if you believe in your product, you make a product, you sell that said product.
Okay, how about this, Liquid? I'm gonna ask you. How I don't even know where we're at on time.
21 minutes.
Okay, cool. So let's have a serious conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, what would you say, excluding Bungie, is the top 3 studios that Sony owns?
Top 3?
Yes.
I mean, we kind of just mentioned them. Insomniac right now. Naughty Dog. The third would be. Let's see. First, I want to say Sucker Punch, but.
You want to say Sucker Punch?
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Over Santa Monica?
Oh yeah, Santa Monica. Oh man, the thing is, Santa Monica is the only reason why you say Santa Monica is just for God of War. Like before God of War, you would have never said Santa Monica.
Weren't they made to make this God of War game?
Yeah, it was because
different developers before that, like back in the day.
Yeah, Santa Monica. Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, Santa Monica was the people who created the Order 1886.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Okay.
I'm like if it was taking a test, I'd be confident giving that answer.
Okay.
But the Order 1886, which even though I did enjoy it. It didn't light the world on fire. It really was one of like Sony's like worst, one of PS4's worst games. But I thought it was so good. If you can get it cheap, it was good.
Yeah.
So let's say if I take those 2 games and I stack them against what Sucker Punch has made, which is what Infamous, and then Ghost of Tsushima. And Ghost of Tsushima is the one that shines out for me, but. God of War is my favorite game on PS4, so I'm gonna have to go with Santa Monica. Yes, damn, that took a long while.
No, because I did put you on the spot, and honestly, Sucker Punch I think was a good pool because I think it's one of those things like Ghost of Tsushima, just wow.
Okay. I think after Horizon,
and, Infamous, people don't give the third Infamous enough credit.
I think so too. Second Son was really good. Yeah. Like and
Second Son and the one with Desmond.
The one with Desmond.
The one that Troy Baker was the
yeah, that's Second Son.
Second Son. No,
there's Infamous 1, 2, Second Son.
Second Son. I'm sorry. I always get the number 2 and the second.
Oh, so you're saying number 2 is underrated? You're saying?
Yeah, it's number 2 is underrated.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I played it a lot later than everybody, but
Beast is coming.
I remember playing it and I'm like, man, this was really good. But I did like Second Son a lot. I know a lot of people don't give that. I feel like enough credit either.
Okay.
I think it's because it was a launch title.
Yeah.
But it was fun, and even though the one starring Fetch, the girl, not Ashley Bailey, Laura Bailey. Yeah.
Vox Machina is out right now, guys. It's real good. There's 6 episodes out. Watch it.
All right, now Vox Machina, you got to go advertise our stuff.
Yeah, Critical Role. Help us out, bro.
That's the rule. That's the rule. But what were we saying? I'm sorry, I totally lost track.
So those are the top 3 that you would say is the top 3 Sony studios.
Yes, I would say those are the top.
Now let's put them in order.
Okay.
From worst to best, where are you going?
Wait, what did I say? Oh man, fuck. Santa Monica is who I said.
Santa Monica is what you said.
Yeah. So. I'm still gonna put Santa Monica, like, because you use the word worse, but they're not even close to being bad.
From the worst to the best.
Santa Monica.
So you're saying they're the worst out of the 3?
Santa Monica's 3. Okay. Naughty Dog's 2. Insomniac's 1 right now for me.
Okay. All right. So let's have a conversation. Let's go.
And it was more because and just to clarify, the reason why Insomniac, because I feel like when people find out that Naughty Dog below Insomniac, like people get a little butthurt about it. Listen. Insomniac, they pushed out Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Ratchet and Clank within a short period of time. Mm-hmm. These are 3 great games. I'd even argue that Spider-Man and Miles Morales even on a further level than Ratchet and Clank, which is actually one of Sony's, like staples. Mm-hmm. But just with the sheer fact that they were able to push out such quality games in such a short period of time just shows the type of talent that's on that team.
Mm-hmm. So you would say that Santa Monica, the makers of God of War,
yes, number 3.
All right.
Only because...
And Naughty Dog, number 2. And by the way, I want to say that, like, I don't think you're in the minority like you think about when it comes to...
Naughty Dog and Insomniac?
Naughty Dog and Insomniac. Oh, yeah. I think, like, because people have recency bias is a real thing.
Right.
And... I think, like, you look at Insomniac now, like, they are rocking and rolling.
And then they announced the Wolverine thing, which I know is not coming out for several years. But but even the Spider-Man 2 they showed off too. Like, dude, like, I'm just like, holy crap.
There's a lot of fire coming out of that studio.
Exactly. They're a great studio. And then I put Naughty Dog 2 just because I love Uncharted and I love Last of Us. And then I put Santa Monica 3 just because God of War is a big one. You know what I'm saying? That's really, I mean, I look at other games as well, but God of War is kind of...
God of War is such an amazing game. It like, it by itself, compared to bodies of work,
yeah,
that's how good that game is.
Yeah, you stack it up. Exactly.
Yeah. If it's on PC right now, guys, if you haven't played it and you have the PC, they can run some graphics.
Oh my God. Yeah, I got it on PC. My God, like, it's good. I'll tell you, even honest, and I said I wasn't gonna buy this, but just, hey, I know this is, I didn't even say this yet. The Uncharted upgrade, the $10 upgrade for Uncharted, I bought it to try it out because I'll be honest with you, I bought it because I wanted to make a video on it, and I'm like, oh man, this is like 1 week old by now. I'm like, fuck, well, I already bought it, let me just try it. But yeah, I tried it out. I like it. I like the upgrade. I mean, it looks cool. You know, so obviously it's the same thing. I don't know if I'm really gonna play it, so it's kind of a waste of $10. But I might dabble in it because, like, so here's the problem. Here's my problem, and this is my first world problem here, is that since I didn't save the PlayStation 4 save to the cloud, my trophies didn't carry over. So maybe I'm gonna have to go another platinum run on both of these games. And by my understanding, they share a combined trophy list. Oh. So you can't get the platinum trophy unless you get all the trophies for each game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then for another thing I wanted to mention is, because I know there was a lot of confusion behind the upgrade process. Thanks, Sony. Is that whenever, so let's say if you only have Uncharted A Thief's End, or if you only have Uncharted Lost Legacy, which is with Nadine and Chloe, if you have those games, whether it be digitally, and I don't mean from PlayStation Plus because it doesn't, you disqualify from it automatically, but if you purchase it digitally or physically and you pay the $10, you do get the other counterpart even if you don't own it. You get what I'm saying? That you follow me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You were explaining PlayStation's process, and I almost passed out.
PlayStation itself is a process sometimes, dude, and it's gotta fix it. Yep. And you know what? Maybe Bungie could help with that. Maybe they could help with the upgrade process, because I did start playing Destiny on Xbox 360, moved up to PS4. I dabbled a little bit on PS5, barely anything. It's not even worth mentioning. But yes, I did get if I'm not mistaken, I think I did get the platinum trophy for Destiny 1. But again, that was in a video. I'll try to put that video at the end. That's why I don't like Destiny. I'm gonna try to put that at the end of this video. I gotta remind myself.
And just know, guys, it's all lies.
It's really not.
So, Liquid,
what's up?
Let's bring it back.
All right.
So you're gonna say the Santa Monica is better than Bungie?
Yes.
You're crazy.
Santa Monica's better.
No.
They make better games.
No.
100%.
For body of work? When you look at the laundry list that Bungie has done compared to what Santa Monica has done, you're really going to sit there with a straight face and to the audience at home and say that Santa Monica is better than Bungie?
I'm going to say that Bungie can't make a God of War like Santa Monica can.
I think they can.
And I'm going to say Santa Monica can make another shooter. I'm sorry.
You're crazy, bro. You're lying.
Like,
right now.
I'm dead
you're
ass.
lying because you're being a stubborn asshole.
I'm dead.
Now,
I'm dead ass. Okay, even if let's say you do put Bungie in front of them, I mean, then you still got Naughty Dog and you got Insomniac, and they're not passing those guys.
Are you kidding me?
They're not, dude. They're really
not passing Naughty Dog.
Look, okay, no, I don't think they're passing Naughty Dog.
Bro, look.
With how dude, Naughty Dog's like on the cinematic quality of a Naughty Dog game is so.
I get the games, but the thing
like,
is,
if you're comparing to Crash Bandicoot,
you play it
maybe
for like a month and then you stop playing it. All right. The thing with Halo and Destiny, you keep on playing the games.
Yeah.
You stop playing
that
them.
Doesn't necessarily make it good.
Else, and then you go back to them. The thing is, like people want to say like, oh yeah, you go back to them. But the thing is, the fact that it still has that draw. There's something about it, even if you don't want to admit it. But the thing is, when I beat a Naughty Dog game to completion of whatever I deem that is, those games are done.
Yeah.
Bungie, like, there's like, you know what? I feel like grinding a little bit of Destiny.
Right.
You download it again, you play some Destiny, you have some fun, you deal with the Traveler's Light, whatever the fuck. But with Naughty Dog, I'm like, if I beat, I beat Uncharted 2. I don't ever plan on going back to Uncharted 2.
Yeah. Me neither.
Beat Destiny. I could see a world where I re-download Destiny and play it.
Here, I'm gonna tell you a little. I platinumed Last of Us 2. Uncharted's, and like you said, once I was done with those, and then that's it. I haven't played it again. Destiny, I actually have re-downloaded, and I have played again. I don't think that makes it a better game. My game, for me, you want to know what stands out? My experience. My experience with Uncharted and The Last of Us is so much higher than Destiny that, yeah, I would put it above Destiny.
I think you're underselling the time you had with Destiny, and I get why you would, because how you feel about Bungie, oh, not Bungie, how you feel about Destiny,
right?
Not so much Bungie, but the thing is, when you said that you don't think that Bungie could make a Last of Us, I think that is fucking insane.
I just don't see it.
I don't understand how you could say that with the amount of storytelling they built. Not one, but two franchises that are ongoing and defining gaming as a genre now for over 2 decades.
You said storytelling and 2 franchises.
Yes.
Destiny and Halo.
Yes.
The Destiny storytelling is
as guided, bro. The thing is, even the stuff that in the game, they has built a whole third market of people explaining story, and those videos get millions of views.
They get millions of views because people have to listen to these people.
They don't have to. They want to, Liquid.
Okay, why do they want to? Why can't Bungie put that in the game?
Because the story is so dense, but that's what I'm talking about. The storytelling that they have going on that is crazy. The thing is, they have the capability to, like, they have the story. Yeah. And if they made like a third-person action game, I think it would trump anything Naughty Dog has done.
Okay, I disagree. I would love to see that. I would love to see Bungie take on a task like that.
I would.
Real talk. Yeah, I would love to see that. Sure, and I would play it. I would try it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I give Bungie shit mostly for Destiny, but it's not like I don't care about Bungie. I do like Bungie. I do. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Destiny. I think it's overrated. But I get there's a market for it. I get people like it. I get there are mobile gamers out there who are kind of trickling into the console space. I know I'm a piece of shit, but like my whole thing is, yes, if they did make a third-person action adventure or shooter, whatever you want to call it, because PlayStation, yeah, exactly, we know PlayStation. Then yeah, I think it'll be fine. I don't think it'll be bad in any way. And I would love to see actual story in the game. And I would like to play an experience, not a replay of the same thing over and over again. Whatever. I'm sorry. I'm done with that.
And the thing is, we're gonna get to the last one, and then we'll wrap up the episode. But the reason why I'm gonna say Bungie's over Insomniac is because of recency bias. All these things they have done has been the last console generation, and it hasn't really, like, can they continue at this level for a long period of time? At this level that they just hit. Can they keep that level? Can they keep that same energy? And I'm not sure they can.
Can Bungie or
can Insomniac?
Oh, keep the same energy?
Yeah. And I think, don't get me wrong, and I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna be a hot take.
Okay.
But I think the part of the reason why people are like, oh, it's so good, because the Spider-Man IP.
Oh yeah, sure. But the thing is,
And I do not expect Wolverine to be as good as Spider-Man.
I see what you're saying as far as because of the Spider-Man IP. However, we've played other Spider-Man IP that weren't good.
That's fault. But we also played other Spider-Man IP that were really good.
They were really good. But, man. Have you played Insomniac Spider-Man games?
Yeah.
Like,
they're really good.
They stand out
until the certain parts, but there's parts in it that's not good. Like when you're doing the little like mechanism thing, and you have like this little mini game. Yeah, you can't skip them. But like, why did you put something in the game where you give me the opportunity to skip them? They like you knew this wasn't that good.
Well, I think they do you could skip it after, like when later they patched that in later because it was a complaint.
When I played it, you could always just skip it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't. I get that part, sure, but every Spider-Man thing has its problems like that. Like, hell, even just, I don't know, just even the swinging mechanic, I don't know, they did such a great job.
They did. Don't get me wrong. Not trying to shit on Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Spider-Man, great game.
But as far as Insomniac, honestly, I'm going to disagree. I think they do keep it going. And here's why. Because PlayStation has now started, after Xbox did these old acquisitions, PlayStation started acquiring. We talked about Bungie. But what also PlayStation was doing is adding more people to their studios. So I do think, if Insomniac now gets more people, they can keep pushing out, this gold. So that's just where I'm at here, but who knows?
All right. Well, guys, that's what Liquid thinks. Liquid, you want to say any last words to the kids?
Just per usual, love each other, take care, but above all else, be cool.
And this has been another episode of The Microtransaction.